So this is just a quick little update. I know I've been promoting a lot of the broadcasts of Roberts and Jonas, but also Gerry Matatics. I've been a long-time fan from both of them for different reasons. Gerry Matatics has been pretty public about his theological position that he holds, which he calls consistent Catholicism, otherwise known as Sedevacantism. And so, for those who are not aware of what that means, sede, seat, vacante, vacant. So he's of the theological opinion that at least the last several popes are even though they claim to be the Pope, even though the world recognized these men as legitimate popes, they were in fact not popes, validly elected, or by virtue of the fact they lost office, or they're not even Catholic. Therefore, they cannot be Pope. A Catholic cannot be. A non-Catholic cannot be, or a non-member of the Catholic Church cannot be the head of the Catholic Church, is some of the arguments that might come out there. And I don't know specifically how he would phrase it. And so actually what I've been wanting to do, I have in the past purchased about 7 hours of study with Gerry, and it would have been a private study. But the way I see it is, it's time in the bank. He did say I could use it in any way I saw fit, and so I think what came to mind as of late, tonight actually, was I want to interview him. Actually, he did offer a couple years ago. He said he'd be willing to debate me, or he'd be willing to have me interview him, or whatever it was. And I felt like at the time I was not equipped to be able to address that. I was probably intimidated by the fact of his vast knowledge and intellect. But I come a little bit of a way since then. I don't really have a chicken in the fight at this point. There's a lot of controversy going on with this Amazonian synod or whatever, and ignorance is bliss from my perspective. I don't really know what's going on. I haven't been reading blogs or reading articles or whatever. So I think it's really been frustrating quite a few people, and I think people who would otherwise have been pretty even-keeled in the past and would have scoffed at the thesis of Sedevacantism in the past, while I had considered it in the past, are now the ones that are perhaps attracted to it, or considering it, or who knows, at least open to the possibility of it. At least on a theological level, I think there have been churchmen, church fathers. I shouldn't say church fathers, but maybe like St. Robert Bellman, for example, was open to the theological or theoretical possibility of an empty seat. In fact, in between every single papacy, reign of the papacy, is an interregnum. It's the argument is that the interregnum has been lasting for about 40, 50 years. So again, I don't have a chicken in the fight. What I want to do is I want to do a little bit of brief study in the next few weeks, and then I would engage Gerry in an interview. I have no interest in debating the issue. I have no interest in defending the idea that the seat is not vacant, but I will ask the questions that I feel would perhaps at least expose his position in a clear kind of way, but also maybe respond to some criticism of the Sedevacantist thesis. So stay tuned for that. I'm trying to schedule it in the next 3 weeks, and it's easy to just kind of derail this stuff and just push it forward, push it back. I have 7 hours that I've paid up, and so I'm not too terribly concerned with trying to get the whole conversation over in 1 hour. So if it takes 7 hours, it'll take 7 hours. If it takes more hours than that, because more questions lead to more questions, then I will pay up for more time to explore the issues. And I'm pretty sure he would donate a few of his hours just to expose the issues. And again, it would be a little different than those who wish to debate him, because I have no personal interest in necessarily negating his position. I'd really like to just kind of expose it in sort of a systematic way, hopefully in the way that I asked the questions. So stay tuned for that. I will leave you at that. God bless you.